I'll try to make this as clear as possible on making a memory palace to encode information. So here we have the material which I wanted to encode to memorize. It's the 25 cognitive biases, right? And each one is listed here, 12, 13, 14, all the way to 25. So I rewrote those on a piece of paper to make it easy to understand. I summarized it so that I would understand it better. I gave an example that made sense to me for each one. And then after having done that, I looked up possible buildings I've been in to make a mind palace. I saw that my Pittsburgh house has enough room for 25 stations, so I sketched out. It didn't take too long to sketch out all the rooms of the house, starting in the bedroom, because you don't want to repeat. You can't backtrack because it confuses the imagery. So you start here and you would work all the way to the back. So that's what I did. I drew it out so it would make more sense. Right? Then I made it a little more detailed of how many stations per room, right? The window, the bed, the closet, the doorway. The window, the desk, the curtain. All the way through so that I basically had 3 or 4 stations per room. Then I wrote out what those stations were. I defined them. So the bed, window, the bed, the closet, the doorway, the window, the desk, the curtain, the heater. So we're here. So you're moving all the way through, right? Each of the stations till you have 25 stations. Then I rewrote them a little clearer so that I could add to it each one. So now I have the bed window. So at the bedroom window here, I'm going to then plug in the first cognitive bias, which is reward and punishment, incentives and disincentives. Carrot and a stick, I think. So then at that first station, I can have bed, window, reward, punishment, NAC, or whatever I want to attach to it, right? So I see that. So I turn that into an image, which is at the first station. So each one then is going to have an image that represents. So for reward, punishment, I could have a carrot on a stick. Hit with the stick or eat the carrot. For liking, loving tendency, which will be at the bed. Liking, loving tendency. Well, that's pretty funny because it's in a bed. So you tend to forgive all those things, but you disagree with the person if you like or love them, which is easy to do in a bed. It's fairly visual. Anyways, you do that all the way through your 25 stations, and now you've plugged them in. Then all you have to do is you're picturing at the bed window, a carrot and a stick. At the bed, liking, loving. Closet, dislike, hating. Right? You shove them in the closet because you dislike them. So it's all visual, and it attaches one to, and so you're able to go through all 25 cognitive biases once you plug them in. Now, does this take extra time? Yes. But the, 10 minutes of work that it takes plugs in all 25 cognitive biases here. All this information gets encoded into a simple image that is attached to a location. So you're able to go through it in a quicker at a faster and faster pace until you just see carrot on the stick, liking, loving, dislike, boom, 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 all the way through. And then you can work backwards, starting at the telephone pole, seeing the Lollapalooza tendency, everybody bidding and auctioning and being crazy at the telephone pole, and work your way all the way back to the carrot on the stick. So that's the basics of plugging in and encoding, say, 25 stations and how I create it. Hope this was helpful. If not, nevertheless, we move on in life. Boom.